Hey guys, and welcome to this week's video. Now this week I want to talk about something that happened and sort of show how sporadically your mood can change when suffering from mental health problems. Now I had therapy the other day and I was in that mood where I wasn't in the mood to talk to anybody. Nothing particular had happened. I just wasn't in a sharing mood, and I didn't really want to go to therapy, if I was being honest. I was sort of trying everything I could think of to try and cancel, but in the end I went and I had therapy, and it wasn't a particular hard session. It didn't really dive into any sensitive topics too much. It was a relatively easy session as far as therapy can go. I wasn't crying or anything like that. And afterwards I felt loads better. I talked, I got some things off my chest, and I felt better. But then something happened, and I think this sums up how random and how you have no control over your mental illness. All of a sudden, a few hours later, something had just it's like a light switch had been flicked, and I was desperate, in the need to self-harm. Just out of nowhere, I was an emotional wreck. I was crying. I hated life. I was so down. All these negative thoughts were whirling around, and all I could think about was cutting. All I had in my head was I need to self-harm. And it scared me, because a few hours earlier I was completely fine. I was fine, absolutely fine, nothing. It was a relatively good day, and then just like a light switch had been flicked, I was this emotional wreck, needing and wanting to self-harm. I managed to fight the urge. I managed to distract myself, use all these techniques. But for the rest of the day, I couldn't speak to anyone. I literally went to bed. I just hid in my room and just locked myself away, because I just couldn't stop crying. There was no reason why. I was just crying. I hated life. And any time I wasn't distracting myself with anything, the thought would go to self-harm again. So I had to constantly keep distracting myself while also having that niggling feeling in the back of my head. And I think that shows how random it is when you have a mental illness, and how you have no control at all. You generally have no idea when a good day is going to happen, when a bad day is going to happen. I mean, I was having a relatively good day. There was nothing bad happening. I had been to therapy, everything was fine. Just like that, something happened, and I could not stand life. I had to just disappear and sort of just leave the world. And I was hoping that I'd wake up this morning feeling so much better, but I didn't. I feel really fed up today. Absolutely awful. I feel quite cryy, which is probably, you can tell a little bit. And I feel really, really emotional, purely because I'm mad that it happened. This is the one thing I hate about mental health, is how random it is, and how it can literally just take its absolute control of your life. It just leaves you full of anger, because you hate that it does this. Because yesterday, I was having a relatively good day, enjoying the day, and then just out of nowhere, nothing happened, nothing was triggered. I was just this emotional mess, needing to cut myself to survive. And thankfully I didn't, but that doesn't mean that those feelings have gone away, and it just leaves you feeling really crap and worthless. So I'm dealing with the aftermath today, and it's not a nice feeling at all. But I think that's what I wanted to talk about, because people often don't understand how random and how you can't have control over your own mind. But it is. You have no idea what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. It's very frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating, never knowing when it's going to hit, or when a good day is going to come and you're finally out of the darkness. So I wanted to share with you guys my little incident. Now I'm going to go before I start crying on camera. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.